All right, let's do some quick testing with Metahuman's Creator. Let's pull up Chrome. This is a Chrome application, which is probably known to some. It was not known to me. I'm going to allow. So in the email documentation, it was very informative that these are 1-hour sessions that are available right now to testers, and your progress will be saved. I think I would have to, following this hour, request a further hour, and I believe I have a lower place in the queue at that point because someone else needs to try their first session. And while this loads, I'm going to take a drink. Not bad. That was very fast. I didn't even have time for a drink. I have to mute the slurp audio. Sorry. Smiley face. Indeterminate progress bar around it. What I'm hoping from this is the ability to create realistic humans, of course. I'm also hoping to be able to look at if it's possible to create non-realistic humans, from cartoon exaggerated features to metallic sci-fi, made of other things than skin. I'm just curious if this is purely feature customization. All right, let's click. Okay, left click and drag does nothing. So create metahumans, my metahumans. Looks as though I need to start with a preset. Let's start. Let's just go up. That's a left click. Okay, so I suppose I have to hit next before I can interact over here. Left click still does nothing. So I'm used to a 3D navigation perspective. Move. Okay, blend, preview. I see, so more of a game engine. Oh, and we've got some hotkey references over here. Focus point, orbit, right mouse, hold. There we go. Took me a little while and I needed to read the instructions. Alt, middle mouse. I do wish these were Maya. Okay, so for me, looking at, cool, the hair groom is not amazing on the default preset. It's good. The hair shading's quite good, and this is, I'm presuming this is a web application, so it's running on a very high-powered computer in the cloud, and then this Chrome session is streaming me the high-powered computer, because if I look at my task manager, I am not seeing a jump in performance. So very high Ethernet usage, half of my memory, a third of the GPU, and this is an RTX 2060. So, right, so let's go skin, freckles. So these are the prominence of the freckle scale. Middle mouse dragging. density, strengths. Eyes. So these are eye and different, interesting, different iris patterns as well. And sclera. So how can I, so focus on point, right mouse click. Okay, and then I can zoom in. The rigging on the eyes is quite good, that we are seeing different poses, different blend shapes triggered on the eyelids based on the position of the eyeball. So that's really good. Sclera rotation. All right, let's pause this preview because it's kind of killing me. Sclera rotation. Try to get it not on a blank. There we go. Right click for the focus. And what is orbit? Right mouse hold, that's right. Okay. Sclera rotation. Curious what that's going to give us. Vascularity. So somewhat of my age. I see. So sclera rotation is taking most likely the white texture and rotating it on the Z axis around the pupil. That's how the veins rotation are working. Okay, so you get some nice variation. You don't want the same veins and everything. And we're treating both eyes. Okay. Teeth. Now, ideally, I'd have a pose to get the teeth. So the way I would do this generally is one of our fax shapes that has the open mouth. Go to that. Let's see if I need to go off of preview. Oh, so because I'm in teeth, okay. Impressive. It has given me exactly what I need. Okay, so gum color, teeth color, black color. So the default shading is looking quite good, and then in terms of tooth length, for me, the part that I enjoy is shading, texturing the human, less the modeling. So teeth spacing, the fact that we're sort of graphically tweaking the modeling on a rigged character, preserving the rig, is impressive. Overbite, underbite, lower shift. I won't go through all of these. Narrowness. And then jaw open is good for checking. Other features. That's really good. And now if I preview again, so I wonder if there's a way to change the preview. There we go, changing the preview. So these are actually cycling through the fax expressions with a smooth blend between and with a sort of idle body. So, you know, we're recognizing the lips purse, the lips pucker. And the cool thing is, when I'm shading the cheeks, I may want it blown up. It looks as though I can go to that part, just pause and work that way. This is stellar. This is really, really good. Okay. Makeup. This is another mistake that is very common, that the makeup is put into the skin shading of the digital human, which is wrong. So I'm curious how makeup is being done here. I mean, her skin is flatteringly smooth, but again, this is all a game engine and working in a browser, so I guess I can't complain. All right, so let's just click through some things. So I suppose what they're saying makeup is more style visible makeup rather than neutral beauty makeup. And then different roughness controls. So that's really good. When I'm doing eye makeup, very often what I'll want to do is have a lower roughness so that we get this nice variation of sheen based on the skin. And the contrast between those is really useful for communicating the difference. It also really highlights if you've got a good micro displacement or bump. And the transparency, we can take it back. Yep, cool. Metalness is another one that's really good for having the makeup. A lot of the makeup that we see, the way that it's got a sparkle or a glitter is best reproduced in metalness. So, color me impressed. All right, so these are the surface features, look interesting with skin eyes. I didn't really get into the face shape. So blend perhaps has to do with adding other people, and let's just try it. Blend. Okay. So how now do we blend? Oh, I see. So I can take a feature to enable blend mode in the viewport, drag 3 of the presets below to, so the blend has to be between 3. All right, so let's make this interesting. There we go. So now and with up to more. Okay. These are, I'm not sure if I'm doing, oh, I see. So here, go into our guy at the top, the other lady, middle is us. Okay. So if we know that we like the lips or the jaw or ears, let's say, although it all seems to be pretty face-centric right now on the blend, then we could do that. I'm not interested in that right now, so let's jump out of that. And again, maintain the rigging. It's cool. Okay. Hair. Let's go preview. There we go. So just clicking some other hairstyles. One of the things that I was curious with short hair, very often it's useful to have a little bit of the shortest hair represented in skin textures. It's a hack, but it saves on needing to have a lot more hairs in the groom. So I was curious if they are doing that or if they're sort of representing the smaller hairs entirely in the groom. Good sort of broken hair detail at the hairline. Salt and pepper. Okay, that's good. And roughness. And let's go color. Okay, what's nice as well is the melanin and redness. These are, I'm going to mispronounce it, Marshner, but a typical Arnold hair shader, and I believe Redshift has the same, is modeled not based on a diffuse specular or a metalness PBR, but on melanin, which is the sort of pigment, and then how much redness is within that. So no melanin is essentially white blonde. More melanin gives you more darkness, and you've got more your redness within that to get the different hair colors. So these are, it's great because if we were to take this into another scenario, you know, another application, export all of this, which I'm going to try to figure out how, this would presumably give us the same parameters in once we take it out. So we could plug it directly into Arnold Redshift, something like that. So we'll see. I would like to sculpt, and I'm not seeing exactly how to do that. Sculpt. All right. So I've got face sculpt possibilities, head sculpt possibilities, but I don't seem to see hair. Symmetry, select sculpting plane. Yep, closest plane's good. I do want symmetry on. So it looks as though my sculpt tool, move, will be... Okay, so it's letting you move within some biological constraints, so you can't take the ears onto the front of the face or whatever. Let's see if I can undo with a Control Z. Yep, it says yes. So you can move features around within constraints. The hair was adaptive to that. And then sculpt, if I want to... Okay, I don't know if I'd call that sculpting. I was expecting more brush-based. It's still kind of moving, but rather than moving the whole feature, moving a piece of the feature. Rotate lights. L plus mouse move. Cool. So I confess I was hoping for a little more hair styling rather than just presets. You know, so where it looks as though we're going to have some fixed styles. You know, I'm not a hairstylist, so I suppose that does save some trouble, but it just means that we're back into video game territory where everybody, you know, if I'm doing a crowd, they've all got one of these hairstyles, and then you're relying on the color variation to do the job. Groom's currently in development, only displayed at lot 0 and 1. Okay. It could also be that that is the issue, that I'm not able to sculpt around this. Hide hair. Oh, that's great, so we can see if they're putting things into the skin texture. Great. Really good. And I'll toggle hotkey reference off. I've got some different environments. You can tell I'm, you know, interested in the lighting and shading. So let's not play with that too much. So hair, a little bit less thrilled about the hair tools than I would hope. Let's try something crazy. So yeah, when you've got the really short hair, they are relying on groom. Got a hawk here. Where's the other hawk that we tried? There we go. So let's roll with that because I want to keep it off the face so I can see eyebrows. Okay, so again, we've got eyebrow controls. Still pretty style heavy. So not the ability to brush, not the ability to make, you know, someone outside of these 9 eyebrow types. Salt and pepper, roughness. Okay, so a little limited on eyebrows, eyelashes. To do this, I'm going to get rid of the makeup. So I'm going to jump back and go some thin liner. Is there a no makeup option here? Yes, because I can just do transparency. Okay, so let's have a look at our eyelashes. Length would be really good, just a length control. And I know that that's incredibly difficult rigging-wise. But all of these are pretty flattering. Here we go. This is the extreme. Well, so you can go with a longer preset, shorter preset, but not a length slider. And again, roughness, salt and pepper. For those, all right, let's go forward. Let's see how the beard works on our lady friend. I'm expecting much the same. Just going to try on sculpt. So again, I can sculpt the skin, but the facial hair is preset only. And then click again to turn off. So perhaps makeup is the same. I can go back to our metallic and then just click again and it's off. Okay, great. Good. Again, so I'm not going to click through these presets. All right, body type. So we can expect, you know, this is, it's quite odd. She's got quite a young looking face. So it's like a baby on an adult proportion body. So presets. It's nice to see a range of presets. And then if I go sculpt, so for example, wide shoulders and wide hips. Okay, let's go move. So no move options or sculpt options on body. So these are short body types, average body types, and tall. Okay, so you are moving between 6 presets across short, average, or tall. I'm reminded of MakeHuman, because right now what I want is an age slider, which softens the amount of baby fat and changes how much of the skin is exposing the skull or the skeleton, and sort of as you take it from baby to adult, the baby fat goes away and you see more of the skeleton, the skull shape. And then as you move past the sort of young to middle age and into older, the skin starts to kind of come away. So it's not baby fat, it's more sort of sag of skin. And I just want to take her age slider up because it's jarringly young. So if I go, I'm going to try to go back to skin. Yeah, I'm just looking for accents. Here we go. So these are textural accents, which is understandable because there's a rig at play. So there's a rig at play. So getting those different shapes. Most likely these are fax-based rigs. Standing at attention. All right, so we've got body type. We've got some clothing options, very formal, wintry, cash, all right, with colors, primary and secondary color. So That's my design, clothing color design sense. Let me just Control Z that. Cool. What's great about this is when I need to populate a crowd and I don't have characters built for that, that's straight into Mixamo. And this is giving me a lot more customization for that. That's what I wear on a Sunday. Shoes. Couple of options. None particularly formal, I'll say. So if we go tops, got a sort of Heath Ledger Joker purple there. Let's find our most formal trousers. Okay. Under the jeans, maybe. Not the most flattering of outfits. And then the colors, it looks as though our default colors are together, and then you can take those in other directions. Slightly lacking on the clothing options at the moment. And that's actually the entire system. So it seems as though these hands and the face size are just not correct with each other. It is impressive that you can go through through any option and have all the other options update. So it's not a linear workflow. I can go to body type and have the, head update, hair update, clothes. So not a huge amount of body customization. I'd also love to see, people don't have the same size skull. I would love to see a head size. Just a slider to control that. Rigging again might be the limiting factor there. And face blend. So if, for example, I wanted to get a bit more customizing, which I would like to, that would be a case of starting from, I'm guessing, blend. So choose your faces that you like. Okay, so you would start with an older age, I guess, if you wanted to create an older character. So the workflow would, I presume, be start with the ideal face you like, have a look for other features that you might like. So, for example, I'm doing an older character. I might choose her. Actually, let's just... Yeah, no, because I don't know how to save this. How can I save? Because I want multiple characters, right? All changes saved. Here we go. Perhaps this. Jez. Amelia. Okay. Version 1. I can't do it. I can't not. Underscore Jez Amelia underscore V001. Okay. Let's go My Metahumans. Let's try that now that we're familiar with the workflow. Let's try going through trying to create a very different character. Again, an older, not child. We've got a... Okay. So some of them are more in development than others, I see. So I chose one that was more in development. So let's not make that same choice. Okay, so this does not have a development choice. So let's use this as our basis. Let's start from here. All right. So ideal workflow is start with a preset, go blend, stop the animation to enable this panel. Okay. Let's choose Gavin. I choose you. Joke is gonna get played out, isn't it? Okay, so let's go to, so Gavin is bottom left. Let's go to the eyes and go more bottom left. Okay, let's go ears. It's intuitive. And then let's say this, I really like, who is he? Christopher's chin. What a chin Christopher has. Right? And you can kind of find what you like as well. So I suppose another way to approach this could be to find quite different features for the blend. You know, so let's take Lexi up here. Oh, but now I lost Christopher's chin. All right. Go more for this chin. But let's say her brow ridge. So I could go up like this. So one way to fully customize could be to use all of these, and I'm looking at my time. I might be, okay, I'm okay on my hour. I think I'm halfway through. One way to customize would be to know the features that you are wanting to pull out. It's not the most intuitive way. So if I'm matching reference, and I've got a photo of this gentleman sort of over here, this is going to be difficult to use. MakeHuman, as a much less robust example, allows you to have reference loaded in the background. So this seems great for variation that does not need to match reference. Still very useful, again, filling a crowd. Digital humans that don't match reference, you know, incredible. Skin options seem to be the same. Freckles, accents. So under eye, we've got redness, saturation, and lightness. He's sick. He's a bit poorly. Okay, understood. But nothing drastically different. I love that it goes to the correct fact shape. Makeup, yep. And then lips makeup as well. Cool, that's good. So it seems as though we have the same hairstyles available, but some of the hairstyles are work in progress, and the default hairstyle from those characters was work in progress. Okay, so we don't have more options here. And then, of course, I suppose moving, if you just really know you want, you know, a certain feature that doesn't come from blend, you can get into moving as well. So blend, move, then detail. So the move could give you, move and sculpt can give you more to matching the reference, but again, no way to, that I can see, to load in a reference image. So, you know, we'll be working with our reference image on another monitor, I suppose. Nothing different eyebrows. And then body type. Same option. So it's essentially, what would also be useful perhaps is a blend between, the same way that we're blending between different faces, just blending between these different body types, because it seems as though we can go athletic, or let's say, you know, middle of the range BMI, high body mass index, low. So sort of average, larger size, thinner size. And the same thing for women, and then at 3 different heights. So you could have a tall, larger size. But I'd love to, you know, blend between these. And then same tops and bottoms. So and really this kind of body type I would then, I suppose let's go back to the face. Let's just do skin, and then we'll do some sculpting. So I want to grab the jowls straight away and pull them down. Can I do that here? Yes. Okay. So we want a sort of hang there, a sort of hang there. Okay. Perhaps. So bulking up. Now if we preview, I'd also love control over eye interocular distance, because people have different different convergences, and I'd love to be able to take one eye and change the default offset to a bit more this or a bit more this, which has been useful in matching real humans. Again, we get into the, is this the tool for matching real humans? We've been able to do some really cool stuff very quickly. Without going to Mixamo. Right, so let's do a little edit here. See, this is terrible practice. I should have named first. Underscore v001. Okay, my metahumans. This is stellar. So, you know, I was looking for it, having done the process now twice, I can see that I left Amelia young. Let's check our stats. So this gives us our duration, so these are more, you know, like Teradici remote connection statistics. And the specific AWS instance in my region that I am connecting to. There we go. I don't know that I would share that name. That seems insecure, because I can obviously connect to it from my IP. So that's something that perhaps I should try. Trying to SSH into this with default. No, I don't have the key. Anyway, doesn't matter. That is an interesting. I would not have named the media server, probably for troubleshooting. So let's get rid of our stats. Okay, we've got a full screen option. I wasn't checking that out, but I won't use that since that could mess with the stream. We've got a duplicate option, so if I want to start with one and build another from that, do a duplicate. Got a delete option, and I can go back and edit selected, or I can create another one from scratch. Let's see what our feedback is. We've got build there, and there's the instance again. Okay, so report a bug, your feedback. Really cool. So I can see a use for this. I am going to use this. I'm actually going to try following this, possibly in a separate recording, to take this via Quixel Bridge into Unreal and possibly into Arnold, because these should be tied to my Epic account now. So interesting stuff. Let's stop there and see how we can get these out.